Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. As we start this collective reading today, I am feeling a very specific energy coming through. Now, whenever I pick up on these hyper-specific names, details, etc., I do especially recommend to really use your own intuition in determining which messages are for you and which messages might be for others. But what I will say right away, by the way, I got the name Laura for someone. This also could be the letter initials L-A, U, or R in someone's first or last name. Now, what I'm getting here is the energy of a person who has been working on themselves, but through some kind of separation with you. So what I mean by this is this particular person has been intentionally keeping their distance from you in the physical 3D world. I'm seeing a lot of the number 11, so this could connect with the number 1111. This also could connect with the month of November or with Sagittarius or Scorpio energy. Now, we have the card, I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as I was before. We also have, you're always on my mind and no one is ever going to replace how I feel about you. These cards actually came out prior to even starting to record this reading video, which is why I said there was this very specific energy coming through. For some reason, I'm seeing like an asteroid or a meteor. I'm seeing galaxies, stars. This may be relevant for someone, but how I'm feeling and what I'm picking up on with this person is a very complex energy. And the word confused is coming out. So if this reading is for you, this person's behavior and the way they're interacting with you energetically versus how they're behaving in the physical 3D world is most likely very confusing to you. Because while this person feels as though you are irreplaceable, and while they are working on themselves, because I'm hearing them say, I want to be the person that you need and deserve, at the same time, in your physical lives, this person is keeping their distance. And I'm picking up that even if you were to reach out to them, to contact them, let's say you listen to this reading and it resonates and you reach out to them, the thing about this person is, in most cases I'm picking up on, they wouldn't respond well even to you being the one to make the contact or to reach out to them. In fact, they may come off very cold. I'm hearing cold shoulder. You may feel like this is someone giving you the cold shoulder. And I'm sensing a lot of sadness on your side, whoever I'm picking up on here, because regardless of whether this is a friend or a romantic situation or anything in between, I feel that you have a lot of compassion and care for this person. You have a huge heart for this person, and feeling them go cold on you or act cold when you do try to reach out has been excruciatingly painful for whoever I am picking up on here. I keep getting something about this person feeling as though they are not what you deserve. And it's very common, especially if we're dealing with a masculine energy here. Now, of course, we all do have a balance of masculine and feminine energies within each of us. But I do get that in the majority of cases, you are coming up here as the divine feminine, and this person that we are picking up on connected to you is more so a masculine energy. And very often with the masculine energy, they will hold their distance when they feel as though you are their counterpart or you are a soulmate or a very deep soul connection for them. I'm hearing ideal, like this person sees you as their ideal, but they are not communicating that to you. And in fact, through their silence or through their coldness, they may even be communicating the absolute opposite to you. I'm hearing that this person is putting you in a very difficult position, spiritually speaking. Now, we have the card, I get triggered at the thought of you. So this is someone who part of why they are keeping their distance is because yes, they are working on themselves. Yes, they see you as their ideal. But something about you is also highly triggering to them. I feel that the thought of you or communicating with you, if you ever do reach out to this person, the reason that they respond in a colder manner is because when they think of you or when they speak with you at this point, they are feeling their own lack of deservingness of you being triggered. It's triggering their own wounds. And this is, again, such a complex dynamic because this person also doesn't want to lose you entirely. So I feel that if they are slow to respond or they're non-responsive, they're almost afraid of saying something in those triggered moments that would push you away forever or that would ruin their chances of being able to reconnect with you in the future. Because what I'm really getting here is that this person sees you as the one that they ultimately want to end up with and want to reconnect with. We have the card, I may be running, but my soul only wants you. So this is someone absolutely in a space of, I'm hearing not just running from you or running from this connection, but in a sense, they are trying to run from their own woundedness, from their own triggers. Now, again, it's a complex dynamic because they are wanting to work on themselves. And I'm hearing that specifically if you're listening around the time of this new year, although of course these readings are technically timeless, this is someone who in a sense has like a New Year's intention or what we sometimes call a New Year's resolution to really become more in tune with themselves, to become a better person in like a general sense. But when it comes to the practical steps they need to take in order to do that, they often get very overwhelmed. And that often leads to this dynamic where it appears as though they are running. I don't know why I keep getting that word runner. This could be a twin flame dynamic for some of you because the runner-chaser dynamic is something that does tend to occur between twin flames. I like to refer to this more so as the push-pull dynamic because it's representative of the intensity of the energy between twin flames, and the result of that intensity is this pushing and pulling effect. Just like two magnets will push or pull together depending on their level of alignment, or in the case of magnets, which direction they're turned in, because magnets turned the wrong direction can repel with equal force as they can attract when they are facing the correct direction for that attraction to take place. And the twin flame connection is very much the same way, where there is a very intense direction when both people are on a path of alignment, are doing the energy work, the clearing work. But if one is very blocked off energetically and refusing to face those wounds or to do the healing work, there can also be an equal repulsion effect that can create what then is sometimes labeled as the runner-chaser dynamic. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily have to be a twin flame situation. This very well could be a high-level soulmate, but I do sense that there was at some point a very intense attraction that both of you felt. And you may have been very surprised by the way that this turned, by the way that this person has ultimately gone cold or pushed you away, because this is most likely one of the most attractive connections that both of you have ever experienced in this incarnation. And by attractive, I mean a connection that really draws you both into it. I'm getting the sense that even when you're around each other physically, there is like this deep magnetic pulling. I got the name Greg for someone. I also got the state of Tennessee. That could be relevant for someone listening. I'm seeing cliffs and the ocean. Now, I want to see if I can channel a few more messages about what is going on within this particular person. Okay, so we have the card Blessings and Observe. So this is a very clear message. This is someone watching you become very blessed, watching you go through a massive glow up, watching you walking your divine path and see some very profound results and shifts from doing so. Now, this could be a predictive message for some of you. So if you aren't yet receiving those so-called blessings, know that you are on the right track, energetically speaking, for receiving the things that your heart and soul really desires. And somehow this person has a level of superficial access to you, even though they don't seem to be contacting you directly. This may be someone who is capable of watching you through social media, someone who is asking other people about you, someone who is, if there is literally no level of physical 3D access, if you aren't connected on social media, if you have no mutual friends, no shared environments, no way that this person can see what's happening in your life, then know that their energy is very heavy upon you subconsciously, and they are most likely, quote unquote, watching or observing at a soul level through dreams, through astral travel experiences. Again, they do seem very unawakened spiritually, so a lot of that is probably happening very subconsciously for them. But I'm getting that you, Divine Feminine, are picking up on this person's energy heavy around you. I'm hearing like a cloud of sadness or a cloud of heaviness sometimes. And this again adds to the complication, because I'm getting that whenever you feel like you've fully moved on or released this person, you start to feel this tug or feel that kind of cloud of sadness around you, when what you're really feeling is the fact that they are observing you. Again, whether that's happening physically in the 3D through social media, through asking other people about you, or whether that's happening at the deeper, more subconscious level. Their energy is really heavy upon you. But also, Divine Feminine, I'm hearing a very personalized message for you here, which is that now is a very blessed time for you. This is also meant to be a very receptive era of your life. So this is meant to be a time of you receiving your blessings, a time for you to be very much in your natural divine feminine essence and nature of being open, being receptive, moving with the flow of your life, allowing things in your life to be effortless. And I'm picking up that energies attached or connected to you, such as this masculine, may at times tempt you to reach outside of yourself for something, whether it's validation, love, connection. And the most powerful message I'm getting for you, Divine Feminine, is that nothing that is yours exists outside of yourself or requires you to reach outside of yourself in order to receive it. Everything that is yours will come knocking on your door. It will enter your life. It will be inevitable. It will be received effortlessly as you are in that relaxed, effortless stance, as you are self-focused, as you are self-fulfilled, as you are living your authentic truth. And if anything or anyone in your life is asking you either literally or subconsciously to step outside of yourself to receive something from them, know that this is something asking you to step out of your own alignment and to unbalance your own divine feminine energy to get too hard back into your masculine push kind of energy and to kind of throw your energy out of whack in that sense, which of course would be a regression, which is not possible because everything in the universe is seeking continuous expansion, including your own soul. You are on that path of expansion. You cannot regress. And whenever someone is tempting you to regress or to reach outside of yourself for something, you can feel it because it feels off to you. It feels like an energetic resistance to you. And you're being asked to trust that intuition and lean into that more so than ever before. Again, stay in your alignment, stay in that effortless flow state energy, and allow the universe to deliver to your front door, either literally or metaphorically, what is yours, divinely speaking, what is truly in alignment for you. And what I'm getting about this specific masculine is that they, at this moment, in their current state of being, are not in alignment with you. And that is why they seem cold. That is why they seem cut out of your life. That is why you are really struggling to connect with this person in the 3D. Now, of course, that is not to say that they will never be in alignment with you, because I do see them really holding that intention to work on themselves and to heal. And again, this does have the potential to be a very high vibrational soul connection, spiritually speaking, whether that's a high level soulmate or twin flame. But the specific soul connection we're picking up on here is very wounded on this person's side. So whether this is a twin flame or a high level soulmate, they're in a very wounded state of being, energetically speaking. And I see them being determined to receive the help they need gradually over the course of time and to make positive changes in their life. But that progress is very gradual. And you've graduated far beyond that level. So you are being called to your own continuous expansion, holding the example for this person that will hopefully inspire them to do the deep inner work, to shift themselves from the inside out, and to align with you on a higher vibrational plane, on a higher timeline. And if or when they do that work and do that alignment, know that the two of you will effortlessly be reconnected in the physical 3D world. It would be inevitable because there is a really beautiful potential for a deep, meaningful, fulfilling soul bond here. But as long as this masculine is not embodying that healed energy on their end, it's almost like they're dropping their end of the line here. And you both have to be holding that line in order for that beautiful soul connection to fully manifest itself and embody itself in the physical 3D world. And if this person were to fully enter your life in a full-blown way, as part of your human mind may want them to at times, know that they would derail you from your true soul purpose because they are not living theirs. Now, again, this absolutely has the potential to change. I just really hope that this provided someone with comfort or clarity, knowing that nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is off with you. If this person is going cold, it's because there is a lack of alignment between the two of you. In fact, I feel that you may have actually healed beyond this current status of this connection in the physical. And that may be part of why this masculine is going cold. Because for some specific divine feminines I'm tuned into here, when you were in a more wounded state of being yourself, you may have actually connected more effortlessly with this person. But since you have done your own healing work and expanded beyond that, I see that you may have drifted apart physically for a time, because you've shifted onto a higher timeline. But know that what you have aligned with on this higher timeline is so much better for you and so much more aligned with you. And again, it is an inspiration to this masculine who is very much heavily observing you, heavily aware of the way that you are receiving your blessings, the way that you are spiritually growing and evolving. And if they choose to take it and apply it in that that manner, your example could be extremely inspiring to them, and it could lead them to align themselves with a higher timeline through which the two of you could connect more consistently in the physical world in a more healed way. But right now, this person is coming up as the unawakened card, unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame or soulmate is not ready yet. Now, I will say that for a specific divine feminine I'm speaking to here as well, and this feels like a hyper-specific message that may only be meant for a very select few people. But for a group I'm speaking to here, you may feel as though you've been put on hold in some sense in your life, romantically speaking. So you may feel as though it's been difficult for you to connect with quote unquote the one, whoever that is for you, romantically. And if this is you, then part of why this is happening is because subconsciously you are aware of a very profound soul connection that is materializing itself, that is in process for you. And your intuition has been telling you not to settle for less, but in the physical world, that connection isn't yet fully ready, or that person isn't yet fully ready. And so this can lead to a very complex dynamic internally where you are intuitively aware that there is something truly magnificent in store for you in your love life, but your soul will not allow you to settle for less than that, because you know that if you lock yourself into a lower vibrational timeline with a person that doesn't fulfill you at those kinds of levels and layers, that you might be, in a sense, locking yourself into something that holds you on a timeline that prevents you from continuing to expand into that higher timeline where you are going to be coming into alignment with a truly beautiful and meaningful connection that fulfills you at all levels and layers. I'm also hearing something about fairy tales. So you may be someone who as a child was always considered to be a bit of a gullible person, or someone who really believed in true love or fairy tale kind of love and connection. Now, this can ironically actually be a sign that you were not crazy or even gullible. You simply have always been intuitive at a very high level. And from a young age, you've always been aware of a very high potential love connection available for you. I'm hearing people label as crazy what they have not experienced or do not understand. And you've often been that person that people have mislabeled or misunderstood because they may have thought that you were just a dreamer or overly romanticizing your life or your potential or your connections, but you weren't. You've always been intuitive, and you've always been reading into timeline potentials. So you've always been able to sense into the timelines where your wildest dreams are coming true, or the timelines where you are experiencing the most profound, deep, meaningful soul connection embodied in physical form. And know that if you have the ability to imagine anything, it indicates that there is a timeline where that is a potential for you. And through shifting your frequency internally, you can align with that very specific timeline and experience those outcomes in physical, full-blown, manifested form. So I can already tell that in the extended version of the reading, we are going to be going so much deeper into this connection that you're sharing with this masculine energy. For those of you this is resonating for, we are going to be taking a look at how this masculine is really feeling and thinking at this time, which I feel is most likely very opposite, almost exactly contradictory to how they are behaving in the physical 3D world. But I'm hearing confirmation that you will get a sign of confirmation that they are feeling very opposite to what they are thinking or saying or doing physically, but that because of their currently unawakened state of being, this may be a gradual confirmation, or this may come even 6 months, a year, or even longer from now. It's very hard to put an exact time frame on when you might receive this confirmation from this person, but I'm hearing, ironically, you speed up the reception of that confirmation the more that you focus away from this person and on yourself. The more that you can shift your focus away from them and back into you, the faster the confirmation in the physical of how they're really feeling towards you will actually come in. But again, if you would like to go deeper on messages regarding that person and situation, as well as what they are healing and working on within themselves, the most likely timeline potentials futuristically, and I'm also hearing the word influences. So I feel there may be at least one, if not more, physical influences around this person that are actually causing them to regress or to stay in this unawakened state of being that is coming up here. This could be a karmic situation, friends, family members, an environment. I'm going to look into that more specifically in the extended reading as well. And as always, all of those extended messages are in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I want to focus on some personal closing messages for you, Divine Feminine, because the word lonely is coming up. You may be feeling very lonely along your path at times, especially if you are resonating with the situation that's been coming up with this specific masculine who may have suddenly gone cold. But I'm seeing the card door to romance. So what you might not yet be seeing is that powerful doors are actually opening for you in love. If you aren't yet seeing this happen, this is something that could be coming in for you very soon. So I want to know what these powerful doors are. I'm seeing rose petals. That could be resonant for someone. I'm seeing someone's hair in a braid here. And we have the card, wow, I want to treat you the way you deserve. So here's what your guides want you to understand. You've raised your vibration to a point where you are attracting in brand new forms of love and connection. Now, when I say love and connection, this may apply romantically for you. This may apply more in terms of community or friendships in your life, support in a general sense. But regardless, know that anything that feels left out or blocked out or abandoned in your life, anything that you find yourself missing that feels like it left your life or it just disappeared, know that this occurred because you raised your vibration to a higher level, and anything that is not capable of aligning with you consistently at that higher vibrational frequency has been knocked out of your life, at least temporarily, until they themselves do the work to raise their vibration consistently to a higher level where they then would be capable of connecting with you more consistently. I'm hearing trust the process of alignment. Trust what is both entering and exiting your life in a stance of non-attachment as much as you possibly can. That will render you incredibly magnetic for the highest possible outcomes in all areas of your life. But I do see specifically romantically, someone coming in or a situation coming in that is truly wanting to treat you with a higher degree of love, care, support, and respect. And I'm hearing that there might be the temptation to spend or expend energy on people from your past or things that you can't understand why they didn't seem to want you or wouldn't validate you or wouldn't connect with you in the way that you wanted. But I'm hearing the guides say that this is a wasted expenditure of energy because you've already graduated. You've done the work within yourself to raise your vibration to attract entirely new and much better and much more aligned romantic and platonic experiences into your life. I'm hearing trust what is coming. Trust what you are attracting in at this time. You are going to see evidence of this as well. This evidence might start small at first with interactions from strangers. This may be even just a smile or a compliment or a positive conversation or an inspiring conversation with a stranger. But know that ultimately this is going to open doorways into long-term, consistent support, care, respect, what you really have been desiring at the deepest core level of your being, but that you weren't capable of attracting or accessing in the past when you yourself were still in a bit of a lower vibration. But now again, you've raised your vibration in a very dramatic way. So I'm hearing enjoy what you are now attracting into your life rather than fixating upon whatever has not been able to align with you there. Because you do carry a very rare vibrational frequency, and there aren't going to be many people who are capable of consistently connecting with you at that frequency, because it requires and calls forth someone who is equally dedicated to their own growth and expansion, someone who is equally doing that inner work within themselves. So in the extended version of this reading, we are going to be channeling more about what potentially is coming for you, Divine Feminine, romantically or platonically, however you are defining these doors opening in love here. We also will be channeling any further messages from your spirit guide, your higher self, whatever divine forces you personally connect with. And again, the link to those extended messages is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I am going to be reading one final Rumi Oracle message, and this is From Everything to Nothing. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Rumi. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill the garden altogether? Fear not. Your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour forth from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich. They inspire the creation of art and music. Put your own tales aside and become entranced by the greater storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. If you are resonating with the reading today, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you do feel guided to it, the link to the extended version of this reading, where we will be heading to next, is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light today. Have a magnificent rest of your day and remainder of your week. And I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.